Welcome to the No Budget Indie Filmcast, where we dip into the independent film universe to highlight those little films that you might not have heard about elsewhere. Will you agree with our panel, or will our panel agree with each other? Tune in to find out. I am Milo Dennison, and with me, as always, are my excellent co-hosts Claire Milan
Hello.
and Cathal Feeney.
Hello.
All right, Claire, what's on the agenda this week?
So this week we sat down to watch a film called Naysayers. So it's directed by David Helman and stars Stephen Yeun. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's actually, I don't know if anyone's a fan of Walking Dead. I'm not too familiar with it, but he's one of the stars in Walking Dead, and the voice of Alanna Masterson. So it's about a father, and he is estranged from his wife, and he has a son called Colin, and he at the very start, it's he's in a car, and it looks like he stole his son, and he's being he's ringing the wife, and there's a conversation, and they come. It looks like he's getting a bit distraught, and it's very hard to explain this film because we don't want to spoil it. But it's it looks like he's kidnapped the son, and it's all set.
Should we just tag it as spoilers?
A spoiler alert. I think we have to read it.
We really have to on this one, I think. So
I think we have to.
So people, if you don't want to be spoiled, you can watch the film first and then come listen to our review.
Yeah, I think we have to.
But I think we're going to have to spoil it because
it's only 8 minutes.
It's only 8 minutes. It is only 8 minutes. And so, okay, spoiler alert. That's your 3-second warning now. So it looks like he's stolen the son. He's broken up from his wife / ex-girlfriend, and it looks like the son is in the back seat of the car because you hear him. And at the start, you see his mobile phone that's all smashed, and he's been locked out of pictures of his son. So you get a glimpse of his little son's picture on Instagram, but then all of a sudden he's locked out, and then it looks like the son is in the back seat, and he's taken him and he's driving away. But spoiler alert, the son isn't in the car. So it's all in his imagination. And I was looking up afterwards, okay, does he have early onset dementia? Does he have depression? Is this some sort of psychiatric episode? And it was kind of weird because the first time I saw it, the voice, his ex-wife, Alanna Masterson, she's very calm on the phone, and I was thinking, oh, but if he stole their son in the back seat and he's in the back seat, wouldn't she be screaming at him, and wouldn't she be in awful panic? But she was very calm, so it's like, that's a bit strange, something is going on here. And when it did get to the end of the film, I think it's filmed in a really little bit of well, on my screen anyway, it came across a bit dark, so I couldn't exactly see into the back seat, so I didn't automatically get it. But I watched it twice, and I was like, it's in his imagination. Maybe he has some sort of early onset dementia. Maybe he's some sort of mental illness that he's imagining his son is with him. Like, it wasn't an absolute massive twist, but it was a beautiful film. I thought it was really well shot. And he's a really, really good actor. I'm not too familiar with him. I don't know if any of you watch Walking Dead. I
stopped watching Walking Dead when they killed his character. I literally have not seen a single episode since then.
I'll bleep that bit out just in case anyone's a Walking Dead fan and they want to watch it. So that's my walk. I won't be watching Walking Dead now. But yeah, no, I read that underneath. But yeah, he's a really good actor. It's very subtle in some aspects, and it's filmed in, is that a letterbox you describe it as? With it's kind of a square, so it kind of makes it more claustrophobic. And it's not all filmed in one take, but a lot of it is filmed, 3/4 of it is filmed in one take, and that they're not easy to do, acting wise, to be talking on the phone. And I wonder how that was done. Was there someone just speaking off camera, or that was probably edited afterwards, the other voice, or delete pauses? I'd love to know how that was done. But yeah, it was a really lovely, subtle performance. I thought it was a really beautiful film. I actually sat down and watched it twice. So what are your opinions on it?
Ooh, I get a chance to go.
I know you
Yeah,
usually get stuck waiting till the end, so I was like, let's let Cahill go next.
um,
But then I'm going to talk over you a whole bunch so that your audio cuts out, so that way nobody can hear what you're going to say.
let me speak. Let me speak. Um, uh, well, I do know. I have seen Walking Dead. I stopped watching. Um, but so I was familiar with him, and I've seen him he's a guy that kind of turns up in various shows, but I didn't recognize him in this until the end. I went, oh, that's Steve Yeun. And funnily enough, when you sent me the link, I just hit play, and I don't know, I even read the title, and I thought it was going to be Korean or Chinese or something. So when he started speaking English, I was like, I got a bit of a jolt. It's like you, because of the way the wife or the girlfriend was speaking, you kind of thought, okay, there's something not right here. There's going to be a twist. There's something going to happen at the end of the film, and it does. It is kind of just him, on screen, and it reminded me of another film we reviewed here with Guy Pearce, Lorne, where he was just him acting that to the screen the whole time. So it was almost like an opportunity for him to display his acting chops. Hey, this is what I can do, given the right material. But it was good. I wouldn't say it blew me away. Like his performance, I'm not saying it was bad, but it was a good performance. The twist, yeah, I could see something coming, and it was something kind of satisfying about it too, I guess. I like the way that they didn't explain it to you. You kind of had sort of gradually dawn, and so you sort of feel, oh yeah. But so yeah, but it was still a good film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I actually feel like I figured out the twist pretty soon because of the girls' calm voice and the fact that they never showed the backseat of the car. Were kind of two really clear giveaways there, and just kind of his manic performance. But I'm a fan of Steven Yeun. I think he's a very talented performer, and the fact that he was able to do roughly, probably a good 6 or 7 minute long maybe 6 minutes long, 5-6 minutes was that one shot of him in the car doing that monologue was just really talented performance on his part. But as you guys know, I hate handheld shaky cam. I hate extreme close-ups. So clearly the DP on this film went to the be like everybody else school of cinematography in regards to the way it was shot, and same with the director. So those two things I didn't much care for in regards to the film. It was nice that even though it was 8 minutes long, it actually only felt like it was about 4 or 5 minutes long. So that was good. But yeah, just that instantly right away, I didn't like the song from the movie from like the first shot when they showed him talking, and they're just extreme close up on his face as he's outside the car manically talking on the phone, and the camera's moving around, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, again, another one of these fucking movies where they shoot it like this. So yeah, props to Steven for his performance. Other than that, I was unfortunately not impressed with this film at all.
Just me, or was the cinematography very dark? Like,
I think it was
the
just
look
you.
of it.
I thought it looked fine to me. I watched it on the television.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's just kind of dull looking. So maybe it's just the way where I was watching my computer, but it was very hard to see parts of it. I don't know if that could be just my computer. But yeah, and I wanted the letterbox style. That was right to make it more claustrophobic.
I guess.
But the cinematography, it lacked something for me. There was a little bit
originality.
I think original. But even like stuff, the cinematography isn't original. Maybe that was obviously a style, to go with the narrative. But it missed something for me. It's really the acting that stood out here.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the cinematography, it just a bit bland for me or something. But maybe that was intentional choice.
Like Mila, how would you shoot a scene like that in a car, a guy talking in a car?
Well, you could shoot us. I mean, in some of the car stuff, but I don't. Why does it have to be handheld?
Oh,
Why does everything have to be,
yeah.
you know, from the forehead to the chin, handheld?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You know, that constantly, and you're just like, it's just nauseating that it's done to absolute death. So that's my problem with it. You know, you can plenty of films have been shot before people started doing that from cars where they, you know, they had people, you know, they could shoot it. So yeah, I'd shoot it a bit wider. You could cut to maybe a shot from the back seat more looking forward. You could cut to a shot of, you know, change the angle. You know, there's tons of different ways you could shoot this. Other than just a person sitting in the passenger seat of the car with a camera in their hand, zoomed in on his face, which is all this was.
See, I just wanted to give you the platform to,
Yeah. And here's another annoying thing. Did you guys read the credits? I mean, there were like 500 people involved with the making of this film. I'm exaggerating by the number there, but they had like ADs, second ADs, PAs. They had visual effects. Where were the visual effects? Like they had, you know, donut runner, bagel boy. It was just all these like random positions, and you're like, how do you need 2 minutes of credits at the end of the film for this? It was literally a camera person and a sound person is all you need to make this film.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't notice that actually. I must check it out. I hope you give it a suitably lousy rating.
And 5 stars. 5 stars for me.
Exactly.
5 stars.
Well, yeah, I don't have anything else to add myself. I didn't notice the darkness, particularly in the cinematography, but yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's rate it then. Carl, you want to go first?
Yeah, okay, I'll go. Good performance. Not massively original. Good acting performance, as I said. I give it 3 stars. A solid, you know, you can emboss that 3 stars.
Wow. I'm tossed up between 1 star, or should I be nice and give 1.5 stars?
Oh my God.
I'm going to go 1.5 star. And that entire 1.5 star goes to Steven Yeun. Nobody else involved in this film gets any of that 1.5 star, just Steven.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So for me, yeah, it's not very original because I've seen a lot of stuff before. The cinematography let it down slightly, but again, for the acting, and it does show you that simple story can have a good meaning to it, and it can work really well. So for me, it's 3 stars as well.
Well, there you have it, No Budget Audience. As we said, check it. Hopefully you have already watched it. Let us know what you think. A bit of a diverse results here in regards to our ratings. So we'd be glad to hear what you think of the film. We can be reached at No Budget Show on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And with that, we'll say see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.